People like you, organizations like RampCheck, I love you guys.
4, 5, 6, 70 down, ready now. You are clear for takeoff runway 21 left. Winds are calm. Stand by for the retrans on uniform. It's showtime.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the RampCheck podcast. I'm Tony.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Ryan. I can't even see the screen. You might need to.
Because of the mic.
Yeah.
Here, is that better?
So as you can tell, Ryan and Tony are in the same location tonight. And that's what Tony's broadcast room looks like without the green screen, by the way.
Yes. You told everybody it was a green screen? Thanks.
Oh, like they wouldn't have known.
That was just this really cool flag that was, anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, a cool printed RampCheck flag.
It's okay.
So, how you brothers doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah?
Busy.
Good. Yeah, I know. It's been busy.
Do we look tired?
I know.
Oh my God.
Well, I did drive 2.5 hours round trip today for a little bit of work, but that's all good.
Nice. Yep. Being busy is good.
Yeah, so we already have aircraft images on board. Okay, so it's not just me. Tony and Ryan are in fact the same room.
Yes, we
That
are.
is correct.
So we don't have to do this thing where we
ready?
get something from Aaron.
Okay.
Tony
Hey,
and
brother.
I can actually touch each
Ew,
other.
don't touch me. Stop touching me.
There's a line right here.
So we're trying to figure out the studio with more than one of us in it, and we'll get that figured out. So the green screen that I normally have behind me, it's like literally right behind me. So there's no way the two of us could have fit.
Yeah. Excuses. So I have to send this funny picture, okay? So
Wait, did you just shush us?
yeah.
Okay.
You didn't see me do that?
All right.
So
Anyway.
check this out. I don't know if you can see that. It might not focus. Look. Somebody is actually driving and has our live stream on. I won't reveal who it is, but hey, man, thanks for watching.
That is really cool. Yes. And Aircraft Images, thanks for checking in with us tonight. It's going to be a fun show. We got a few things to talk about tonight. Number one, right here behind me, this is one of the coolest things ever. And Aaron, did you know that this is signed by Joe Engle?
You did tell me that, but you'll have to enlighten me who Joe Engle is.
Pilot. He commanded 2 shuttle missions.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice.
He also piloted the shuttle when it was in the test phase, when they would fly off the back of the 747 mothership. So
nice. So did he fly? He probably flew Enterprise then too.
He flew Enterprise. Yeah, that was the.
That's awesome.
The they used.
Engage.
Yes.
Okay, wrong Enterprise, brother.
Okay. Thank you. Shut up. Just kidding. Ryan and I have been kind of on a Star Trek kick. At dinner, we watch a Star Trek movie every night. And there's like 30 of them. So, okay, there's 10, I think. But we just finished 8.
Yep.
First Contact.
That's right.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's the one with the Borg,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Style, just like your printer behind you.
My, where is it? Yeah.
Thing freaks me out.
My Night Rider kit.
Oh, good evening, Aaron. It is almost time.
That's my AI backup, just to make sure everything's running here at the Aaron Rumfollow studio.
Gotcha.
/office.
Well, that makes sense. So if you're listening to the RampCheck podcast and not watching, and now I'm kind of projecting into the future because we don't put the audio version up of the podcast until after we finish the
live stream here, which we live stream every Wednesday, 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, And we are going to figure out a way, and I think I figured it out. I wasn't able to do it with enough time. Do you have a question, Tony?
No, my
I
monitor in the back.
I looked down at the screen and Tony's going.
You do remember we are live, right?
Yes, we are live. But
see the monitor behind us? It's
yes.
on our RampCheck YouTube page, and
okay.
The screensaver kicked on, so I grabbed my little Apple TV remote and then put it back on. So.
Great. So we're gonna have a question from you every 2.5 minutes all night long. So anyway, what I was saying is, I think I figured out a way to live stream on Instagram too.
Nice.
Didn't have enough time today to figure it out, but maybe next week. And then we are gonna get this connected to Rumble too, because
we are.
Rumble's really an up and coming platform.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for things like free speech and for other things. So it's getting more popular. There's lots and lots of activity on there. So yeah, if you guys haven't yet, go check us out. We only have 1 or 2 videos on our Rumble page right now, or Rumble account. I don't know what the hell you call it. But we're just, RampCheck Global, easy to find, just like here on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. But anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. So
thank you for getting that out.
For those of you watching tonight, thank you. We appreciate it. Send us a chat. We love the interaction. We love to see who's on, where you live. And if you have any questions for us, we always like to do like a little Q&A to see what's on your mind. I remember last week, Carver from the UK told us about that AMC story where they were removing serials and markings, tail flashes from the AMC Air Mobility Command. For those of you that might not know, but that's the Air Force, like tankers and cargo aircraft, those type of things. So anyway,
if you're watching right now, check in, send us a comment. You can do it through either YouTube or Facebook. Not sure why the Twitter comments don't go through, but
I know it's so weird. It's
more of a reason to just jump over to YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. YouTube. Say that 5 times. Subscribe to the RampCheck YouTube channel. Share the podcast, share our videos, and of course, hit that little notification bell, which would be, I think it's right there.
Yeah. So, and I tried to go live on Instagram tonight before we started the show, but Instagram was having some issues. I'm assuming it's probably Instagram because my connection's solid. I updated the app. I don't know what the hell's going on, but anyway, it wouldn't let me go live. It let me go live for like 30 seconds, and it was so choppy, I just canceled it. And then it wouldn't go back on. So.
Yeah, it's Instagram because I grabbed my phone while you were messing with it, and I could see that something's definitely going on.
Okay,
with Instagram.
Good.
So
anyways.
All right, cool. So what's up with you, brothers?
So what I was going to say really quick is if you are listening to the audio version of the podcast, this is probably a better podcast that you might want to watch. That cool little box right behind us. This was gifted to me by a friend who has had it for years, but just doesn't really have room for it now. And he knew that we would appreciate it a lot. And anyway, we're gonna unbox that because I kind of peeked in the box earlier. Sorry, didn't mean to, but it is pretty cool. It's the NB52B. And if you're not sure what that is, look it up. You can find lots of information about it on the internet, but it was involved in a lot of the X-plane testing, specifically the X-15. And it is signed by fighter pilot, test pilot, astronaut Joe Engle himself.
That's cool. We'll have to find out what his call sign is because he didn't sign it with his call sign. Maybe he was too embarrassed by it.
Well, hopefully his call sign wasn't like Dick
or Dangle.
or like Chubb or something.
Angle.
So speaking of that, Ryan, it was really funny when I worked at the ramp in Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport down in Mesa, Arizona. This is from 2002 to 2004. I was there, and there was a Navy T-45 trainer that came in, and the call sign with the name, it was so funny. The I have the photo somewhere. Again, it's the same damn thing where if I had the photo, it'd be so cool to show you. But anyway, call sign was Dingle and the last name was Barry. It was pretty good. It was a good one. So Colonel or something, Dingleberry. It was pretty good.
Dingleberry.
Those are some good call signs.
We're talking about working down at in Mesa. We should tell everyone a quick story, and I don't know if we did it in one of our first podcasts, but there was a 757 that had flown in to.
Oh yeah, this is a great one.
On our schedule when I was working at the ramp in Salt Lake, that it was going to be coming to us, and Aaron wrote me a little message in Greece because he knew I'd be below wing, and it was just funny to see a little message. That message was the word B-sob.
B-sob.
Which there's a funny story to that, but anyway,
we actually did talk about that for a little bit.
That's right.
On the podcast, if you remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Probably back in like the first 10 or 12 episodes, but
we had a hat available, but I got to find that hat.
Yes, we did. Well, and if you look into the description notes for every one of our episodes, you'll see the little hashtag BSOB.
So we did talk about.
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
that's cool. I mean, that was probably like 80 episodes ago. Man,
I know we're getting close.
We're getting close.
We're getting close to 100, man.
I think tonight might be episode 90.
Man, we're getting up there.
Let's take a look here.
Good for us,
right?
Yeah, hell yeah. So while you guys are chatting, I'm just kind of scrolling through. I have my hard drive hooked up. So if oh, for God's sake, Jesus, brother. Do you know what a hard drive is, brother? Because it has nothing to do.
Finish
with,
what you were saying.
Yeah. Anyway, I was trying to find that 757 because I know I have a photo of it, but my gosh, I have so many photos of working the ramp those days.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I can't find it right off the bat.
It was just funny to know that my brother was right there a couple hours earlier. Yeah, it was funny.
And you remember the jet? It wasn't it Comco or something? That company, Comco,
all white 757.
All white.
Looked government, but it wasn't. But.
Yeah, it was owned by Comco, whoever the hell that is.
You'd be surprised if you've never worked the ramp before. You'd be surprised at the amount of graffiti that's in the wheel wells of these aircraft.
Oh, dude, there's some good shit written everywhere.
Pretty funny stuff.
It's Oh wait, is that one? Ah, dang it! No, that was a C-32.
Can I? Search.
Can I just
add one of these?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I don't want to go to anything, but if we do this.
So I have some red flag 23-2 news.
Yes, you do. We were going to talk about that tonight. Also, some Aviation Nation news as well.
If you want to show it.
Okay. Yeah.
Aaron,
isn't that crazy?
Photos, but Tony and I.
Yeah. No, we're good. I'm done looking. I couldn't find it, so I'll have to check another time.
There's some photos of
it.
Yeah.
I tried to click on a photo of it, and then it just...
So Wadman checks in 1 week till he heads off to the Udvar Hazy Museum. So that's that's back in Dulles.
Oh, sweet! Hey,
that'll be cool.
Is that going to be your first visit? I have been there. and it was really cool.
I've only been to the one on the mall. I haven't, because when I went, this was a long time ago. The Udvar-Hazy museum wasn't even built yet.
Yeah,
wow.
I got to go. They sent me to do a training because I guess Dulles has one of the largest underground fuel farm pump jet systems.
Yeah.
They millionaires sent me out there to kind of go through a little thing for fun.
Cool.
And so I was able to go
yeah,
out.
There it is. There's
cool
Comco.
Oh yeah, there's the Comco 57.
I'll have to
but
find
they're
that.
really cool. But obviously, all the aircraft are awesome. But you go up to this observation deck too. It's big glass. It's almost like you're in a tower, and you see all the aircraft coming into Dulles. It's pretty badass. Yeah.
Nice. Can't wait to go there. Anyway, aircraft images. He's just confirming that Instagram was bugging out. So
nice. Okay.
And then Wadman jumps in. Yep, first visit and number 2 on the list.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yep,
so there's the exterior.
Yep, there's that tower. You go up and
yeah, that's cool.
God, it's making me wish I could go back because I'm trying to remember the year I was out there. But they have a really cool like space section as well. They have one of the shuttles in there. I can't remember which one it is. That's how long ago it was, but
that's cool.
You're gonna have a good time there, man.
Yeah, I don't want to
cool history.
I don't want to spoil it for you, dude. But there's that picture I took at Udvar-Hazy.
So I believe,
is it Atlantis?
So they have, yeah, I believe it's Atlantis now. Let's see here.
Well, it's changed a lot since I've been there because it's been like 2 years for me.
It has changed a lot. So, like for instance, the Intrepid Museum, I think they had Enterprise. Oh, it's Discovery. Wadman just checked in and said it's Discovery.
Discovery. Okay,
so somebody used to have. Now I know that the Intrepid Museum, the aircraft carrier Intrepid, New York, USS Intrepid, they had Enterprise on their deck for a while. Now I don't know. There was some shuffling around when the whole shuttle fleet retired, so we'll have to figure that out. But
I was going to try and upload a couple more pictures because I know. Maybe it was Discovery. That was.
I don't know, man.
Because I've got pictures of the actual shuttle that was in there and the name on the side of it. But didn't they swap one out or something?
And you know what? It might have been.
Oh, Wadman's it's Discovery and it's still there. Okay.
Yeah. I actually said that, but that's okay. That's okay. I have a photo of Enterprise that I can share. Actually, this is when I went to New York with Dad. But there's Enterprise. They had this like Quonset hut thing built on top of the carrier, and that's where they had Enterprise.
Nice.
But
like the old shuttles, those old space shuttles.
I know.
And we say old shuttles.
Yep.
I mean, anyway, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Since we're talking about old, Aaron, go through your update with Red Flag really quick.
Okay.
Then we'll get to the unboxing of our
your unboxing. Tony's like a little kid on Christmas. But anyway, just to throw back, to Dad. He passed away, but there's Dad in front of Enterprise on Intrepid. But yeah, that was a cool moment to hang out with Dad there on the Intrepid. We walked over from our hotel, which was cool, walking all over from New York, and we even got a New York hot dog while we were there from one of the street vendors. Nice. But anyway, that was that was a cool story. And another cool thing is we met You guys actually met him at the last Nellis Air Show that we went to. You remember my friend Rick, the photographer from New York?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyway, we did meet him while we were there, and I'll show you really. I'll show you a photo of us, and it's got really fat Aaron in it. Believe it or not, it's pretty funny. But so there's Rick and I, and extremely fat Aaron. But but anyway, yeah. But Rick's a cool guy. He's inspired me a lot in aviation photography. I mean, he's diehard, man. He's always somewhere shooting. But anyway, so that's that. But anyway, yeah. So I, today, and a lot of people, may know this, especially spotters. But red flag traffic. So some aircraft started to arrive at Nellis today, and couple bones, B-1 bombers from Ellsworth Air Force Base. So we're gonna get some awesome bone launches. Hopefully they'll have a few more arrive though, because they tend to break down and off and on. So hopefully we'll get at least one bone launch a day during the day and then at night, because man, sick, just absolutely sick if you've never seen B-1 launch at night.
Well, and daylight savings time is coming up this Sunday.
Oh, so okay.
A little bit more daylight, and the night launch will be more a dusk launch than at night. And so
that's perfect.
Those aircraft, those afterburners at dusk, is freaking amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, that's sick. We'll have to go for one of the nights. We'll have to go like kind of up north where we spread Dad's ashes and get the launch at night, or get the evening launch with the bone. And get all the exhaust and the flames, like with Vegas in the background. That'll be sick.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, brother.
Oh, I was just going to continue. Did you have something else to add about the bones?
I'll add something about red flag at the end.
Okay, so and then there were also about 12 Shaw Air Force Base F-16s arrived. And I guess maybe they've been there for a few days from what I saw, people posting about it. But Shaw Air Force Base is probably, the biggest, baddest, Viper base. When Hill Air Force Base transitioned from the F-16 to the F-35, Shaw pretty much kind of took over the reins of the big Viper squadron. And our good friend Pig, who, if you haven't listened to that episode, and we've got to get him on video too, we totally need to.
Oh my god,
we'll have him on again. But his episode with us is just hilarious, and that's where he was. That's where he was based, was Shaw. He flew Vipers out of Shaw.
The name of that episode, by the way, is "When Pigs Fly." Check it out, the audio version of the podcast.
Where is
Dude,
Shaw?
It's on the East Coast. It's oh shit, what state is it? It's oh gosh, now you're killing me. I believe it's one of the Carolinas.
Air Force bases are located, but that one.
I know it's in one of the Carolinas. Yeah, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Shaw.
That's right, South Carolina.
Shaw.
I was getting Seymour Johnson and Shaw kind of mixed up in my head because North Carolina, South Carolina, but
right.
But anyway, yeah, tomato. So anyway, so them, and then also the Israelis were on the move. They're bringing over some of their cool, just old classic KC-707s. It's basically looks like a 707. It's the stretch fuselage. It has the old engines on it that they converted to tankers.
It's not a water wagon, is it?
No, they're not that old.
That'd be so cool to see.
They have the same engines that a lot of the E3 AWACS still have, and also the old KC-135 Echo model before they converted to the
A
new.
lot of the NATO 707 still have those original engines on them too.
Nice.
So
yeah. So those will be cool, and they're flying with their F-35s.
So we can see some smoke.
Adir is how the ADIR. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Is it like that Do Re Mi song?
Oh God,
Adir,
that's the first thing that you brought up. By the way, Wadman says that episode had me in tears.
Oh, again, dude, I listen to it all the time. The story of when they sonic boom those fuckers in Iraq, dude.
Oh man,
classic.
Go back and listen to it.
My favorite story was how he got his call sign. That was the best.
Dude, I can just imagine.
Talking about being in that hot, I can't remember where they were, but it was just hot and humid, and they're in that room with no air conditioning.
Oh my God. Yeah, go listen to the episode. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, it's a good time. I
think Tony right now is trying to
pull up what episode number it is.
We did that in 2020, didn't we? When we recorded all those episodes back to back.
Yeah,
damn.
Oh, there you go. You're going up.
Moving over to 2020. Let's see. So fast.
But we definitely need to have him on.
Oh, you got to listen to episode 42 as well. That's dope. How about him?
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. So Pig actually turned us on to Chris. So
yes, he did. Okay, so it's episode 46 on the audio version of the podcast. When Pigs Fly! ! AKA Acrojet. So go check it out right now. Watch the rest of the podcast or the live stream. But the audio version, of course, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Pandora, the Amazon one. What the fuck is that called?
Pretty much anywhere. I mean,
Audible. Thank you.
There you go. Yep.
But yeah, check that one out as well. So anyway, yeah, we're really looking forward to Red Flag. We're going to be there Wednesday the 22nd. Holy shit, that's 2 weeks from today. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
Wednesday the 22nd through Friday the 24th. So if you're planning on going down, make sure you come up and say hi to us. We'll throw some ramp swag. Jesus, I can't talk today.
You never can talk. You never can say that.
RampCheck Global.
Just come by and say hello, and we'll give you some WAMP swag.
Hey, Elmer.
Dude, I'm dying to open this up. Let's do it. What do you think? Are you ready?
He is.
Come on. This is
dying.
so cool. All right. If you guys want to talk, or we can just it's too bad my camera doesn't have a zoom.
Okay. Let's do this.
Zoom in on this. Aaron.
Oh yeah, we got little unboxing music going on. Okay, so inside the lid. Let's see if we can get the glare off of it. There we go.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, it's good right there. Yeah.
Okay. So it has a brief description of the X-15 program, the B-52 itself. Anyway, yeah. So, and then it came with. This is a limited edition. Only 5,000 of these were distributed worldwide. This is number 2681.
Cool.
So there's our certificate of authenticity. And then this postcard from Edwards with the chase plane and the X-15. That was kind of cool.
Nice.
And then...
And who was this that gifted this to you? Just one of your...
He wanted to remain anonymous, but he's a friend of ours who worked at Edwards Air Force Base before he retired.
Cool.
And, for several years, he didn't actually work in flight tests, but he had a lot of friends that worked in flight tests. And he actually picked this up from the museum. Check this out. This thing is heavy. Okay, ready?
Is that die cast?
Oh
my god!
Yeah.
Don't fly it in.
Do a flyby. Okay, sorry.
Well, there goes all of our viewers.
I know, right?
There's still a few.
Yeah. So, anyway, check this out. Look at the detail on this thing.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man.
That is.
And the orange and metal is pretty sick.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
really heavy. Really,
it is really heavy. And then there's the autograph from Joe Engle.
That's really cool. Very nice.
And then, I mean, it's even got the the pod on the back.
Very cool. Yeah, that's nice. So that's a B model. So it's early buff. It's got the extended tail on it. As you know, when the B-52G came around, they actually shortened the tail. Next generation, right before the current model operating, the H model, which is still in service, which Rolls-Royce is actually working on right now and testing their F-130 engines in the dual engine pods that are replaced for the re-engining program for the B-52.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
I'm still not sure how I feel about the re-engining program, though, because
they have to do it. It's either retire them or re-engine them. So let's just re-engine them then, so we can still have the buff around.
Absolutely,
because they're running out of parts, and
I mean, if the choice was not to see them at all, versus
exactly.
So here's the X-15. Notice that it's got the cradle on the bottom.
Yeah, very cool.
But, how does it stay on there? Is it like magnetic or something?
Oh God.
Let's see.
For the model.
Your airplane.
Hold it up, brother. Hold it up.
Oh yeah, it's magnetic.
Cool. Hold it up. Up.
Just a second. I have to get a better grip on it. Jesus.
That's what she said.
Altitude.
Right. Pull up. Terrain.
Cool. That's awesome, man. That's badass. Thank you to whoever your buddy was to offer that to you. That's really cool.
I'm going to stick this. See if we can get it to sit correctly.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause my video for 1 sec. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, look at that, dude.
Yep,
that is
pretty cool, brother.
Pretty badass.
We're pretty lucky with some of these giveaways.
Okay, I'm back.
That we've been getting. Welcome back.
That's awesome, brother. Thanks. So I'll have a little show and tell for something cool that I have here in my office. Okay. And some of you might have noticed that it disappeared off my shelf right there. So I have it right here. So here we go. This is a Western Airlines model 727-200, which is badass. And Ryan and Tony will remember, but we recorded an episode with Western Airlines' very first female captain, Captain Valerie Walker. And she's such a cool lady. She lives here in Utah. We recorded an episode with her, a few years ago too. We'll have to look up which episode it was, but she's awesome. She had an extra one of these around and asked if we wanted one, and of course it's like, hell yeah, absolutely. Western Airlines is one of the airlines I remember, growing up watching, spotting when I was a kid, when Dad would take us out to the airport, man. We'd see 727s and Western liveries all the time.
And we'd always wait for the Western DC-10 to depart.
Yeah, Western DC-10.
That was the flight to Honolulu.
Yep. And then let's see if we can focus in on here. She even signed the stand for us.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, she was.
Val was pretty awesome.
Aaron and I actually got to meet her in person. Remember that, Aaron? Obviously.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, we all three did. Remember, we recorded at her office at her house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Her house.
that was the inn. That's right. I forgot that's where we actually recorded. Dang. For any of you that would be interested in listening to that, go listen to episode 60. 60.
Cool.
That's Val Walker. That was a really cool episode.
Yeah. Awesome episode.
And then I wanted to just share a little bit of information about Joe Engle. Can you guys see that? Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So, Joe Engle, an American pilot, aeronautical engineer, and former NASA astronaut, the commander of 2 space shuttle missions, including STS-2 in 1980.
Wow.
Yes, the program's second orbital flight. He also flew 3 flights in the shuttle program's approach and landing tests. Engle is one of 12 pilots who flew the North American X-15, an experimental space plane jointly operated by the Air Force and NASA. As an X-15 pilot, he made 3 flights above 50 miles, thus qualifying for astronaut wings under the American Convention for the Boundary of Space. In 1966, he was selected for NASA's 5th astronaut group, joining the Apollo program. He was the backup LMP for Apollo 14 and originally scheduled as the lunar module pilot for Apollo 17. However, cancellation of later missions prompted NASA to select geologist astronaut Harrison Schmitt, displacing Engle. So that's just some pretty cool stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Just
it's the history. That's what's so awesome about aviation and the space program, and just the history, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And then I've got one more, just a little quick video from YouTube that I want to share. That kind of gives you some info about Joe Engle. So I'm going to play this now.
And NASA astronaut General Joe Engle recalled the history and legacy of the famed X-15 rocket plane recently at a colloquium presentation at NASA's Dryden Flight Research Center. Engle, who became the only person to fly into space in both air and spacecraft, flew 16 hypersonic flights in the X-15 in the 1960s, flew the prototype Space Shuttle Enterprise during the approach and landing tests in 1977, and flew 2 orbital space missions on the shuttles Columbia and Discovery in the 1980s.
When people think of research rocket airplanes, when they think of research, they think of Dryden. And a lot of times they think of the X-15.
As an Air Force pilot assigned to the joint NASA, Air Force, Navy, and North American Aviation program, Engle flew the X-15 to an altitude of 280,600 feet, becoming the youngest pilot ever to qualify as an astronaut. He said the X-15 paved the way for the shuttles, giving engineers confidence that an unpowered spacecraft could glide to a safe landing on Earth, and validating the use of reaction controls later used on the shuttles, calling the rocket plane the ultimate flying machine. General Engle also toured current projects and facilities at NASA Dryden, and got some backseat time in a NASA FA-18 during a pilot proficiency flight, visited the X-Corps aerospace facilities at the Mojave Air and Spaceport, and was honored at the Lancaster Jethawk Spaceball Team's annual Aerospace Appreciation Night that weekend. Engle told Dryden employees that he was both honored and humbled to have had the privilege to test fly the X-15 and the shuttles at NASA Dryden.
Both the fact that you're working here at Dryden, where all the flight testing is done, all the real flight testing is done, and will be. I can't tell you how thrilled I am, how honored I am, how humbled I am to get to come back here where the real flying goes on, and where the real flying is still going on. And boy, I'll tell you, that means more to me than anything.
Still an active pilot at age 79, Engle has received numerous honors and awards during his lengthy flying career, and has been enshrined in both the Astronaut Hall of Fame and the National Aviation Hall of Fame.
That's cool. Does it say what year that video is put out? Okay. All right. Turn the video off.
Want to hear the ad?
You don't hear the ad and the dog barking. I swear to God, that autoplay off doesn't listen.
It's better that it wasn't the prostate ad this time, like last time, brother.
God,
yeah, Ryan wasn't here on that episode. It freaking had an animation and everything. I'm just like, oh my God, Tony.
Right. By the way, one more note about Joe Engle. He is the last living X-15 pilot as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway.
Yeah, the thing that's crazy about the X-15 is it would fly so high the regular control surfaces, you couldn't use it because there was basically no air. So that's the reaction control thrusters, and that's how they controlled it that high.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's unbelievable. Yeah, cool history, man. That's a really cool model.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw it in that video. Saw a couple shots of that thing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, when I was
might not have been that exact B-52.
Well, I meant like
yeah, right. In the configuration.
Perfectly, yeah.
So that's 0008. Holy shit, guys.
Triple nuts 8.
Look at the tail number on this.
Is that it?
Oh shit. I just crashed the X-15.
Sony destroys it live.
Look at the tail number.
Very cool. It's that aircraft, man.
It's that aircraft. How fucking cool is that? That is just...
That's really cool.
Wow. So I took this picture. This one's outside of Edwards Air Force Base.
Is your thumb in the way?
And there's
on that photo.
You should zoom in and on the left side under the wing it has all the drops, all the missions.
Oh, here, hold on. I've got that. Give me just a second.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
So let's see.
Yeah, let's look at that.
I'm uploading one of them. Actually, I'm uploading two of them. Okay, so here's the first one.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there's a lot of the lifted body ones. So those are the ones. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say.
Yeah, those are just the lifting body missions.
Yeah, bodies,
however,
but
it does have an X-15 on the top.
If you're an old fart like myself, you remember the TV series, The $6 Million Man. That's what apparently he crashed in, was one of those lifted bodies. But here's the other one. So
that's cool.
Wow, that's really cool.
Dang, look at all those different missions and.
Yep.
Interesting.
Had a few hours on it before they grounded it.
Look at these right here. Wow, that's... Oh, you can't see my mouse. Never mind. So yeah, that was cool. The aircraft. That is awesome. So I have touched that real aircraft. If you make it down to Edwards Air Force Base, it's not by the main gate. So the main gate is where you have a bunch of the experimental aircraft. This is out by itself, and I don't know if it's the north or the east gate, but go check it out. There's so much aviation history in the Mojave Desert in California.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's awesome.
But yeah, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Couple more things to talk about. Nellis Air Force Base. I guess it was in a press release. Is that right, brother?
Yeah, they released it on their Facebook page.
On their Facebook page, saying that Aviation Nation, is it permanent or just for 2024, brother? It's being moved in November.
I don't know if it's permanent or not. It's one of those things where you just, I don't know. I mean, you don't know exactly, I guess, what they were thinking, but
how do you feel about that?
Well, yeah. So did you let everyone know they were actually changing it from the usual...
from November to April 6th and 7th, 2024.
See, I thought they usually did it in November because that was like end of the Thunderbirds Air Show season. That was like their finale show, right?
Well, also a salute to veterans, because of Veterans Day.
So, yeah, I didn't notice anything when you sent that. They didn't give any reason like why they were changing it, but
supposedly it's the big F1 race happening in November in Vegas in 24.
Okay.
I'll bet you that's got to be it right there.
I mean that's the only thing you can really, I guess, link to it. So I don't know. we'll see.
Well, and apparently, they're wanting to do that in Vegas every November now.
Great.
Starting with this year, I guess. So
Cool.
there goes me celebrating damn birthday in November.
Yeah, remind me to steer clear of Vegas in November then for now on.
Absolutely.
Nothing against F1 racing, but,
Yeah.
not interested in that kind of traffic and bullshit.
I know.
When you're already in Vegas, when it's already crazy as it is.
It's the RampCheck podcast, not the Racetrack podcast.
That's right. That's right. But I don't know. So we'll see.
Some other stuff going on in aviation news this week. We'll just touch on this one really quick. We're not going to spend too terribly much time talking about this, but did you see that cringe video of the Senate grilling the White House's FAA nominee in that confirmation hearing?
I can't believe, like, I did watch that, and it was unbelievable, the lack of knowledge. I mean, a lot of the questions I wouldn't have been able to answer right off the bat because it's not in front of me all the time. But I can guarantee you that if I was nominated to run the Federal Aviation Administration, I would have done a little bit of refresher to make sure that I knew, the requirements for Class B and, pilot requirements. And I mean,
well, this is
I mean, I haven't done any research on who this nominee is. It obviously he's got to have some kind of an aviation background, right?
So, according to this article,
can you zoom in?
Yeah, sorry. Let me zoom
in. And this is coming from flying.com.
This is coming from flying.com. He touted his leadership skills as the current CEO of Denver International Airport, the third busiest airport in the world, and his military experience, having served 24 years and earning the highest enlisted rank of Command Sergeant E9. He remarked, "We need permanent leadership at the top of the FAA to address the challenges we've seen in the last several years. If confirmed, I will draw on a career spanning almost 45 years to be that leader. The safety of the traveling public will remain my top priority as it has been for me, leading the third largest airport in the world, two large transit agencies, and men and women in uniform." So let's keep that in mind for just a second, okay? His little opening statement there, and let's watch a little bit of this video.
So, Mr. Washington, can you quickly tell me what airspace requires an ADS-B transponder?
Not sure I can answer that question right now.
That's okay. We'll just keep going. So that's a pretty important part. So what are the 6 types of special use airspace that protect this national security that appear on FAA charts?
Sorry, Senator, I cannot answer that question.
Okay, so what are the operational limitations of a pilot flying under basic med?
Senator, I'm not a pilot, so...
but obviously you'd oversee the Federal Aviation Administration, so any idea what those restrictions are under basic med, quickly?
Well, some of the restrictions, I think, would be high blood pressure. Some of them would be...
It's more like how many passengers per airplane, how many pounds in different categories, and what altitude you can fly under. So, and then amount of knots. It's under 250 knots. So it's not having anything to do with blood pressure. So can you tell me what causes an aircraft to spin or to stall?
Again, Senator, I'm not a pilot.
Okay, let's keep going. What are the 3 aircraft certifications the FAA requires as part of the manufacturing process? Quickly, please. 3 aircraft certifications.
Again, what I would say to that is that one of my first priorities would be to fully implement that Certification Act and report
you know
that.
the 3 types,
cringeworthy.
Mr. Washington? The 3 types? Okay. Yeah, that's type certificate, production certificate, and airworthiness certificate. Okay, all right. Let's just keep going, see if we can get lucky here. So can you tell me what the minimum separation distance is for landing and departing airliners during the daytime, Mr. Washington?
I don't want to guess on that, Senator.
Are you familiar with the difference between Part 107 and Part 44809 when it comes to unmanned aerial standards? Unmanned like drones. Are you familiar with the difference?
Yes.
Okay. You know the difference between those two, Part 44809 and Part 107? Do you know the difference there?
No, I cannot.
It's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Mr. Washington,
can you stop?
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I feel bad for the guy. I mean,
He's got a lot of experience in certain areas, but
management,
obviously not
business
to head
management.
the FAA.
Right.
No. I mean, running an airport and being CEO of an airport or being in the military for years and years. I mean, depends on what military. Was he an air traffic controller in the military? Because then he would probably have that experience to do that. But being CEO of Denver International Airport, that really has nothing to do with running the FAA. I mean, the FAA is about regulations. It's about safety standards. It's about basically making sure that, airlines, airports, oh my God. I mean, like our backgrounds are all, working the ramp. I mean, we're not pilots. We don't know the answer to those questions, but, I would turn down anything that had to do with actually, laying down the law of the land as well, the air in this case of the FAA. I mean, it's like I just wouldn't have the knowledge for that. And a CEO of an airport, it's just like a CEO of a hospital. I mean, you're not going to have any knowledge of the FAA and the regulations.
It says on this this flying article that he reached the highest enlisted rank of command sergeant major. Okay, so command sergeant major, that is, I believe that's Marines.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the ranks and everything in the military.
But anyway, he the other thing I wanted to point out there is Washington's March 1st hearing comes nearly 8 months after his nomination by the Brandon administration, and the FAA has been without a permanent leader for more than a year.
Wow.
What does that?
It shows. It shows.
It shows. It definitely shows.
Well, and just leave it to the long list of nominations for, certain departments and administrations. It's almost embarrassing. And like you said, Aaron, like I almost feel bad for the guy because he's sitting there. And did anyone prepare him for what they were going to ask him? I mean, he didn't know anything. I mean, the senator's just like, let me see if we can get lucky here.
Yeah.
And again, this isn't, I'm not trying to rip on the poor guy, but obviously if he cannot answer questions that are necessary to run the FAA, why is he being nominated?
I mean, it's basically like your knowledge of like the FARs, pretty much.
Yeah.
And if your job or your living was not connected to having to keep up on the FARs all the time, like you just can't run the FAA because you at least have to have some kind of a knowledge or been exposed to that. I mean, I'm sure
a pilot's license.
Well, the thing is I mean, I'm sure he knows, like, if that senator or congressman, whoever that was asking him a question maybe about FARs, about the airports, he probably could have answered that because he's probably, dealt with that, off and on. But I mean, the FAA encompasses everything. So it's going to be rough if he's going to,
what are the section of the FARs that govern the airports? Is it Part 19?
See, dude, I don't even know. I'm sorry, Senator. I can't answer that at this time.
Nominate me, though, please.
Let's see if we get lucky here.
I probably would have, after the second question, just looked around and been like, You know what? I don't think I'm the right guy for the job.
Yeah.
Maybe he just stood up and kind of walked out. But yeah, Wadman seemed like he was the sacrificial lamb, is a comment from Wadman. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just going to come out and say it.
I feel bad for him.
It stinks to me. Like, this is another one of the Brandon administration's. We'll just call it what it is. I mean, it looks like a diversity hire to me. He might have an impressive resume for some things, but it's not. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean,
you know what the thing is? Put the right person who's qualified in there. He is obviously not qualified to be the head of the FAA.
Well, and he was just nominated, so you know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, personally, I don't know if I would go as far as saying it was a diversity hire. It just sounds like it was a hire of, you know, who do we know that we owe something to, or what does this guy have on somebody in the administration that we need to give him this position? I mean, I don't know why else they would nominate somebody who appears to not know anything about the FARs.
But I mean, at least.
I don't know.
He was the CEO of Denver International Airport, you know. So he
I mean,
knows
that's a big deal. I mean, he knows the business side, running a business. You know, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Is Denver ran well? Is it running okay? I don't know.
Knowing how to run a business doesn't prevent runway incursions, near misses, near midair collisions, you know. There's something going on at the FAA, and you know, it's like Spinny Side Up said last week, they're severely understaffed. And yeah, let's rehire people. Let's get, and I think morale has a big thing to do with it because of the extra long hours that they're having to work. And I think morale has a big thing, or as a big part of it as well, because of the mandates that they put upon all the controllers and the employees. And, how about this? Just cut out the bullshit. Let them do their jobs. Hire the people back that they let go that refused to comply with the mandates. Get things back to normal, because if they don't, pretty soon we're going to end up with a major accident. And with how large the airplanes are these days, with the amount of flights that we have in and out of these airports every single day, they've got the potential to stack up to be one of the worst aviation disasters in history, if not the worst. So it's just get the right people in the jobs, get the qualified people in the jobs, clean up the bullshit. Yeah. Anyway, that's me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that the current administration is just fucking everything up. That's my opinion. That's the last I'll say about that.
Yeah. And I wish I had my tinfoil hat here, because
well,
here's a tin can on top of
all the conspiracy theories are coming true.
Oh my God, right? All of them. Anyway.
So, all right. I have another story that we can run real quick, and then we can kind of wrap it up. This comes from this is alert5.com, and it's actually another website that I'll click on here. But F-22s deploying out of Northern Mariana Islands for the first time. Ooh. An undisclosed number of F-22 fighters assigned to the 525th Expeditionary Fighter Squadron at Kadena Air Base in Japan have been deployed to the Northern Mariana Islands for the first time. The fighters are there for exercise Agile Reaper 23-1, AR 23-1. AR 23-1 is an agile combat employment exercise organized by the 3rd Air Expeditionary Wing The exercise starts March 1st and runs for a week. The exercise primary objective is to test the team's expeditionary skills in a simulated, contested, degraded, and operationally limited environment, as stated by Colonel Kevin Jinks Jameson, the commander of the 3rd Air Expeditionary Wing. During the exercise, maintenance personnel and aircrew from the 525th EFS operate out of Tinian, while aircraft and refueling aircraft support operations from Andersen Air Force Base, Guam, and Kadena Air Base, Japan. So that's pretty cool. The Marianas, man, isn't that where the B-29s would fly out of during World War II? Am I right on that? I'm just going by memory on there. I don't remember.
No, I think you are right. Tony's doing a little.
I'm just trying to pull up a little map here.
Google search. It looks like it's not too far. It's right in between where the Philippines and Japan are. But that name does sound familiar. With the old B-29 history.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see if we can find anything on that. But did it say? I kind of got stuck in between reading something on the screen while you were reading. Which F-22 squadron was it over there?
I don't know. Let's look. I just pulled up the Defense Visual Information Distribution Service. So let's look. Let's see. Alaska. They're from Alaska. I didn't catch what squadron it was. Let's see. What squadron is that out of Alaska with the Raptors? Does it say right here? No.
The very first sentence, doesn't it say it right there? Oh, maybe not. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. The 525th Expeditionary Fighter Squadron. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it did say it. Sorry, I was reading something else.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
And then just for you kids who don't know where the Northern Mariana Islands are.
I couldn't remember until you pulled that up.
Yep, I couldn't either.
You got the globe nearby?
I know, right? So they're basically, right here.
So basically between Japan and Guam, pretty much.
Yep, pretty much.
Or actually just north of Guam, is that right?
Yeah, it's just north of Guam.
Looks like east of the Philippines and east.
Okay. So they're just they're stretching our legs for a potential kinetic conflict.
Yep, with China.
China. Yeah.
Yep. Because look what's right in between China and the Northern Mariana Islands. A little strip of real estate called Taiwan.
Yep.
So
anyway.
Wow.
It's kind of shit's kind of crazy out there. Hopefully it doesn't escalate to the point that certain government officials want it to escalate to anyway. So
I know it's annoying. And especially since we don't even have 200 F-22 Raptors operational. You can blame our wonderful government for that. I just can't believe that. And this is, history repeats itself. And what I can't believe is, I mean, when you talk about, defense, during peacetime, which, I mean, the goal is peacetime always, but history repeats itself. It's not always peaceful. You have to prepare, just like Reagan said, in the 80s. I mean, peace through strength. Strength isn't 170 or 150 combat coded Raptors. It's 400 Raptors combat coded.
Yeah.
And so, Wadman B-29s did operate out of the Marianas. So, I thought that was the case. I remember that from watching old documentaries as a kid about World War II with the B-29s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean.
No, I agree with you. It's kind of like one of those things that, being proud to be an American, the military, all that, you can talk about money, whatever you want. Like I'm just nobody, right? But to me, I mean, why would you want to produce less of something? I mean, we are supposedly the world's superpower, so why would you try to weaken that at all? You stay on top by doing what you've always done, and like you said, history repeats itself. Historically, it's never been good to do less. So, to me, I think that should be a priority. But everyone knows how we feel about that. But
yeah, I mean the sixth generation, NGAD, the next generation air dominance fighter, is supposedly on an accelerated schedule and pretty deep into. I mean, supposedly they're kind of getting into almost the production phase where they've done so much testing and they really kind of know what they want to do with it. But I mean, speculation until no, it's going to be some really cool shit, kind of like what we're seeing at the B-21.
How many B-21s are they going to make, or have they made?
Well, supposedly there's just a handful, like 5 or 6.
Okay.
That are like in the final stages of production for basically the flight test aircraft. But the goal with the B-21 is to do flight test, kind of like F-35, flight testing while they're manufacturing, because they want the design and everything to be mature enough to where they can go ahead and start manufacturing. And
they model it.
Yeah. And so part of that is probably because B-21 is designed, to be upgraded basically electronically with, computers and hardware and, software, so they can do something like that. As long as the airframe is sound, I mean, you can always upgrade engines, you can always upgrade avionics, you can all, so, Wadman, probably looking at 130 combat coded F-22s when it should be 500. Yeah, very true. That's crazy. I can't believe how many few. But then again, one thing we do have to remember is, I mean, I guarantee China, I mean, how many quote unquote 5th generation aircraft do they have available? And I mean, we've got the F-22 and we've got the F-35. So, and we've got a shit ton of F-35s. And more on the way. So, but
I guarantee China isn't making as few as they can.
Yeah, no, seriously,
they're probably going all out. Yeah. So didn't you? I think you put a picture, the unveiling of some photos of the B-21, right, on our Instagram.
I did, yeah. Let me pull that up and see if Instagram is working now, because man, it wasn't even working online. Yeah, see.
Aaron is pulling that up, or trying to at least. I've got a question for everybody watching. Do you think we'll see any one of these in our lifetime? Anti-gravity, cloaking, warp speed?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I think there are some versions of cloaking out there. Like,
well, you can tell you and Ryan have been watching Star Trek.
Hey, he typed that shit, not me. I don't know. I mean, is warp speed really even like a scientific?
Yes, it is. People are actually working on
description of like a speed. Yeah. See, and I didn't know anything like that.
Yep.
See, I'd be good for the FAA.
Right.
Head of the FAA.
Check. Wadman says he thinks we're going to see warp speed in our lifetime.
Well, there you go.
Maybe.
Right. We'll see.
Love it.
I don't know what you're smoking, Wadman, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I think maybe we'll see ludicrous speed.
Well, that's already in the Tesla, so that's already happened.
Aircraft images, it's definitely something we can always
Hey, let's test you guys that are listening. Ludicrous speed, what movie is that from?
Yep.
Easy. I can.
Well, I know you can.
Yeah,
okay.
we can.
Yeah, let's see if anyone watching knows what Ludicrous Speed's from.
Yeah.
He's gone from suck to blow. I bet he gives good helmet. Anyway. Okay, that's enough clues.
Hey, Matt Thiemann just chimed in. Maybe
Hey,
they're
Matt,
already out there.
Thiemann.
See,
Maybe they're already out there.
I kind of
It's
agree with
possible.
Matt
Yeah,
because
it's possible.
I think
Dude.
I think anti-gravity is actually already there. I
His
think already. What are you laughing at?
Matt's little icon, dude. That big yellow smiley face. Oh, it's funny.
So,
hey, Wadman got it.
all right, Wadman, good job. All right, congratulations.
Well, already respected you, but respect you even more. So.
Great.
That's awesome. Anyway, so there's the B-21 Raider. That's the latest image the Air Force put out. And that is one sick, badass, sinister-looking airplane.
It is, but it's going to be real
cool.
easy to see if it's white.
Yeah, it's probably not the finished coating.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's going to be a light gray. I mean, I think
so.
Yeah, it's not white. It's like a light. It's like a light gray. I think that's
fucking white.
It looks white in the
dude.
photo.
It's not white, but anyway, white is the flag in the background. You can see the red, white, and blue. See how it's like an off gray. But anyway,
yeah, my glasses might not be working.
So I mean, supposedly, we don't know if that's going to be the final color.
Right.
It's not necessarily supposed to only operate at night, like B2s and F-117. That's why they were kind of the darker paint. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's badass looking, but you want to know what my working the ramp for almost 20-year brain sees when I look at this?
What's that?
Oh, that's cool. They have the lines so you know where to put the main and the nose gear, so you know right where to put it in the hangar. I always loved it when there were lines on the floor.
Yeah. You don't want to ding that aircraft.
Yeah, I'm not moving that one without wing walkers, regardless.
Yeah, no doubt.
More pricey than even some of the Gulfstreams I was moving around.
Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that old comic, Spy versus Spy? Doesn't that?
No,
look like...
I don't.
Anyway, okay, never mind. Oh, you're gonna show that? Sorry.
Ah, that's cool. That's a cool angle.
Yeah, check that. That's sick.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Okay, now from that angle, it does look light gray.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see these at Red Flag. What do you think? Red Flag 30-1?
I was gonna say,
yeah, it's gonna be a little while.
We might be,
but we'll be there.
We might have our handicap plates, but we'll be there. God damn it!
Yeah. So these photos I pulled up from the drive, the war zone. But these were available, and I posted these on our Instagram because they're available through the DoD. So
look at that glass.
Yeah, dude, that's just sick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. I mean, what an impressive. Let me get to another. I mean, you can see. Gosh, can't wait to see it fly. So supposedly it's supposed to have its first flight, if it hasn't already, later on this year.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a comparison like with the B2. But I mean, you can see, so in the photos, the intake, these are covers. You can see the handles right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because a lot of people are speculating, what an interesting looking intake. But, they're actually covered, so you can't see.
That's where the warp drive, the warp core is housed.
Yeah.
The crystals, what do they call it in Star Trek?
The dilithium chamber. That's the
dilithium chamber crystal. Yeah. There goes the rest of our watchers again.
Oh, stop.
But anyway, no, it's cool. Star Trek's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, I mean that pretty much I guess covers what I wanted to talk about, brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Me too, definitely. Hey, don't forget to head over to the RampSwag store.
You said it right.
I did. Thank you very much. Don't make me say it again because I might screw it up. www.rampcheckglobal.com. That'll get you to our main page. Take you anywhere RampCheck you need to go. Links to the podcast. And of course to the Ramp Swag store. Lots of cool stuff. Do we have anything new we want to show off? How are the shoes going, brother?
Yeah, we haven't sold that many late. We need to. I don't know. It's been so busy, man. I haven't been able to paste a whole, post things, paste links. Well, copy and paste links and stuff. That's kind of what I was thinking. But anyway,
we all need to be wearing the Ramp Swag or the Splinter shoes at Red Flag. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we do. I don't know if we have enough time to get those in because those are very unique and each one of them is made to order. Not sure if there's enough time for those, but I don't know. I guess we can discuss that.
Yep. But go to the Ramp Swag store. Lots of cool stuff. Everything from mugs to beer steins to yoga pants, hoodies, T-shirts, and of course a ton of hats as well. Go get your aircraft AVGEEK on right now at the Ramp Swag store.
I can just show some people some stuff.
Pictures really quick. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, so here's some cool stickers we got.
You want to show the page so we can all see it?
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you.
What are you new?
I actually thought I turned it on. My bad. But anyway, yeah, here's some stickers. These stickers are cool. They have like a comic book edit to them, but these are actually photos that I took and I turned them into stickers. They're pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Here's my favorite one, the F-15.
Oh, nice.
That's a cool sticker.
Oh yeah, that is pretty damn cool.
But anyway, there's that. There's let's see here. Obviously hoodies. Some kick-ass hoodies. Speaking of B-21, right there.
Oh yeah.
Beauty.
Raider shirt. Beauty, eh?
Beauty.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we got a lot of great hoodies. And these are just as much for women AVGEEKs as they are men AVGEEKs. I mean, we've got some cool,
the cool crop hoodies as well.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, there you have it.
Nice. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Since I showed off my B-52 model, I wanted to show off my vintage hoodie.
Oh yeah, B-58 Hustler. Hell yeah. That's funny. I watched a documentary on YouTube on the B-58 just the other day. That was such a badass. That's in my top 5 aircraft that I would love to have seen fly.
Oh man, me too. And the X-15. But we're just going to have a little flyby before we finish the podcast.
Oh my God.
Walk into
Ryan.
Be playing with that in the middle of the night.
This thing is so. Oh, I dropped the X-15.
I was just gonna say that we think alike there, brother. It's the light's gonna be on in there in the middle of the night. You're gonna get up to have to go pee, and you're gonna open the door, and Tony's gonna be in his underwear sitting on the floor.
It's gonna drop the F-16. Prepare for drop. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. All right, we've
for you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, check out the RampCheck podcast live stream every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on YouTube. And we're also live on Twitter and Facebook. Make sure you go to our YouTube page, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please share the podcast with your family and friends. Okay,
cool.
Our aircraft images. All right, Aaron,
that is insane.
Now that is insane, brother. Your photos are actually real stickers. That's pretty awesome.
That's right.
They look sweet. I'm gonna have to get me some too. So, for everybody watching the RampCheck podcast, thanks again for watching. I'm Tony.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Ryan.